Um, let's get back to the record, though. You've had some reviews on the Detroit News. I read those, and Goldmine magazine. Tell our audience something about those reviews.
It was great, Rob. You should have. They loved all this multi-million-dollar contracts. They were going to put it in the movies.
Eric, you're exaggerating now.
They were going to buy our records, Rob. They were going to make us stars. They were going to sponsor.
Eric, you're exaggerating.
They sent them back. Didn't like them.
They didn't like them at all. No, Detroit News, you're right. It did give a good write-up, and so did Goldmine. Goldmine's a national magazine, more or less on the New York coast and the California coast. And it's a good write-up. He said it was very original, very unique, upbeat, good danceable music. And it really helps out a lot because we've been getting letters from all over the country now requesting the songs and basically sending us some letters, you know, congratulating and things like that. I did bring a letter. Can I share it?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure our audience would like to hear it.
Okay. And then here's someone that's not it. Have the same draw?
No, that's okay.
Same.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. It's around. Don't worry. Here's. This is from Warren Noel in Chico, California.
Warren, great guy.
Yeah, Warren's great. We know him. And he writes, Eric, ever since you started getting into the record business, you started to act real big. If we see you anywhere, you never say hello or anything, like you don't care. You can take your pen and move to Australia for we care. We like the old Brad and Eric much better. P.S. We can't believe some of the words in your songs. By the way, it's really bad.
I hate that.
I never really liked Warren too much. No, he was a pest. He was a real
He can stay in Chico, California.
Oh, boy. Well, one of the songs, the first song on your 45 is Cockroach, pretty. And then the flip side, there's a song called Three Stooges Rock and Roll.
Right.
Tell us about that song. You've gotten letters from there, I'm assuming.
Well, we originally wrote the song. As a matter of fact, this is one of the first songs we did write together, and it more had a flow to it because we were both Stu's freaks anyway, and Larry, Curly, and Mo. And it really gave us an inspiration. A lot of the lines are funny and silly, just like the show was. And it's we put it to a rock and roll dance beat, which got a really big listening bunch of followers that way.
I think during Cockroach Party, Brad can better explain this. I'm sure you've heard of messages on records, and you play them backwards.
Satanic messages.
Yeah.
Well, toward the end of the record, if you start playing it backwards, you know what it says?
No.
It says,
But seriously, on Three Stooges, we did do one. If you play it backwards, it says, Curly is alive.
Curly is alive.
It does.
Anyway, we got a letter from Mo Feinberg, who's the president of the Three Stooges fan club.
Now, is he one of the Three Stooges?
No, but he is Larry Fine's brother. And Larry was the fellow who always the screwdriver stuck his nose and that pulling on his head, you know, the nice looking guy. And he had the record.
Yeah, he really was pleased with the record. In fact, he requested several records, and we sent it to him. He's really liked it. He calls it an anthem, and he plugs it in his newsletter and his newspapers.
Actually, he's really old, and he gets up there and he dump the 500 copies on. He loves it.
Oh, boy.
We do it every time, you know.
So, like, do you have any other future plans? Like, are you going to be cutting a new record pretty soon, or?
We're glad you asked, Rob.
Uh-oh.
We have no future.
Have no future.
No, we do have another record coming out very shortly, and follows on the same format, danceable rock and roll, and the songs are called We're Going Swing in the Secretarial Pool, and a song called Bad Reputation, and that's going to be coming out on the 45 very shortly. Right now, we've got it to the point where we have it recorded and mixed, and then, as Eric was mentioning, we're to the point now where we're going to send it off for mastering and the mixing. So we should be looking something be in the record store.
Are you going to eat that?
No.
Thanks.
I just had lunch anyway before I came. About a month and a half or so. Should be out in the record stores, so, you know, before.
The local record stores, like Music Land?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, Brad Records, they pretty much take care of us in that aspect, and we'll distribute it to local stores. And we use most of the copies, however, to actually send off to other mediums, radio stations, record companies, and to get their reaction, and hopefully more of a future in that respect too, in the recording aspect.
Now, with your 45 you have out now, have you sent it to like, the local Detroit stations? Do they have a copy?
Yes, we've sent it to several stations. It's got some airtime, and mostly on the local shows, the local music shows. That's about the extent of exposure we've gotten. State, we've gotten a much better response. And Denver, Colorado, they've played it. Chicago, we recently got a request from the radio station in California that played the record, enjoyed it, and I think we're on their top 40 for most unusual music or something like that. We are really. And
well, that's most of the, outside we're getting a lot of the new radio stations or the new wave type of radio stations that are giving us some time. And we don't like classify our music as new wave, but it's mostly original stuff that we write, and it's fun music, it's danceable, and if you classify that as new wave or rock or disco or punk, you know, it doesn't matter to us because we're just going to keep on writing it the same way. I always says, you know, one day we're going to make it big. We really are. We're going to have our name on posters and billboards and record companies, and I don't know when that day's going to come, but I'll tell you one thing, I probably won't be smelling good.
Are you planning, by any chance, like going on like a small tour or something like that, like a party? Or?
We have got a couple things lined up. This Saturday, we'll be at the Silverdome.
The Silverdome.
And Sunday, we may be too. We're trying to get tickets to that game.
Yeah,
but we are going to be there Saturday. And then after that, I think we're going to go to McDonald's?
McDonald's afterwards.
McDonald's.
Yeah, we'll be there for about a half an hour or so. So it should be good.
Well, I was talking to you before